Your pet would like to have a word with you. In fact, your dog, cat, bird, horse, fish, even bearded dragon would like to have an entire conversation with you. But having that trans-species discussion is difficult without an interpreter or go-between, a specifically skilled individual who's been communicating with our animal friends for more than 3 decades, bridging gaps in understanding, elevating relationships, building peace and harmony among all Earth's creatures. That person is Suzan Vaughn, the Animal Whisperer.
In this episode, no legs, no problem for Dani. The first time I saw Dani, she was on camera. As I watched her on the short video, I fell in love with this sweet, resilient soul. She was a cat who'd been through a lot, but she immediately requested that we focus on triumph over tragedy. She was a survivor and proud of her ability to get around with no legs. Before the session began, Dani had a request. She wanted her human and myself to visualize her as a very capable cat. She wanted to be recognized for overcoming great odds. And she made sure to thank her human caretaker, Shelby, for being her person. "I feel like a queen when I'm with her," she told me. Dani was named after Lieutenant Dan, the character in the movie Forrest Gump. Lieutenant Dan is a veteran who loses his legs in the Vietnam War, but recovers from this monumental loss and goes on to lead a successful life. It was the perfect name for this resilient cat. Shelby worried about Dani jumping off the bed and injuring her leg nubs. Dani had a high pain tolerance, and even though jumping off the bed had resulted in injury before, she was determined to get off the bed whether there was help there to get her down or not. I asked her to meow for help instead of jumping off, but she was impatient when it came to that and offered me no guarantees that she would wait for the aid of a person to get down. I saw a little stairway to the bed in the future, though. Dani told me she was looking forward to moving to a new home in the near future. Her mom confirmed the move was just a few months away. The cat sent me the feeling of the new place being much lighter, as if a burden had been lifted. She felt the move would benefit several people, including herself. I let Dani pick the next topic, and she decided on the flooring. This kitty with nubs for back legs said she approved of the flooring in her home. She said the slick wooden floor made moving her knee nubs easier than on carpet, but that didn't mean she didn't like rugs and carpet. She said rugs could also help her navigate. She could dig her front claws into the rugs and pull herself into place, making the 2 different kinds of flooring the magic recipe for getting around. Dani's human Shelby found her at a Humane Association event.
I met Dani in mid-October 2022 at the Coco Nino Humane Association. My coworkers and I would occasionally go to the shelter on our lunch break to visit the animals. Of course, I had no intention of getting a cat until I saw Dani. She was so small and in a little cage with her brother. I picked her brother up first, but he was way too rambunctious for me. When I held Dani, she leaned way in and started purring. She dug her face into my jacket, and she loved being held like a baby. In the upside-down position on her back, her leg nubs were in the safest position. I was fully prepared to bring Dani home that day, but she was not ready yet. The Humane Association vet told me she was still healing from her surgery. I asked the veterinarian if she knew why Dani and her brother were missing feet and legs. She said the mother cat's umbilical cord had been wrapped around the kitten's legs and feet, so they never formed. Dani finally became available on Halloween 2022, and I went straight there to get her. We have been besties ever since.
Dani had a black and white face, reminiscent of my late beloved cat, Batgirl. Both Dani and Batgirl sported tuxedo cat facial markings that created the perfect Batgirl mask. But the distinctive face mask design wasn't what I noticed first. That came later. What I saw was a physically challenged cat whose determination to thrive was inspiring. Dani sent me feelings of both irrepressibility and the cozy and safe existence she enjoyed with her protective human mom. My animal clients are always teaching me something, and Dani reminded me not to generalize. Every animal is unique. I knew that most cats do not want to ride in the car, but I left the door open for Dani to tell me what she thought about it. It's true for most cats, she told me, but not this one. I love it when Mom takes me out. Our communication about riding in the car is very good. She lets me know we're going, how far, and our destination. But I would like to request that she change my seating where I can look out of the car windows better. Prior to the session, the orientation of Dani's car seat had her looking backwards, the configuration for young children. But the cat wanted to turn around and see where the car was going, and her human mom gave an immediate can-do response. On another note, Shelby wanted to know about putting Dani into an adaptive device so she could go further and faster. But she worried that Dani's unusual way of ambulating was taking a toll on her spine. Dani said right now her nubs were healing and much too tender to consider a wheelchair. She said she was definitely interested and that she would like to revisit the offering in just a few months. I've got to say, I'm so enlightened and amused when the animals teach me a lesson. Dani, the legless cat, refocused us on the positive, negotiated a few requests, and snuggled in with her beloved human for a nap. Contented cats, for sure.
For more episodes in the series, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. To learn all about Suzan Vaughn and her services, visit her website at AnimalWhisperer.net. Be part of the community by subscribing to her Facebook page, AnimalWhisperer.net. Then sign up for Suzan's newsletter to enjoy more of her fascinating animal-human communication stories. So, until next time, join Suzan as she talks to the animals on The Animal Whisperer.